So we did the special release, and the reasons or the meaning for doing this I explained earlier, and how it became very popular. Actually, this activity is something now very big that everyone knows or everyone does everywhere. So when something good that becomes very big, then of course that also brings some sayings and some different views in that too. So nowadays in religious people, in Buddhist people, among the Buddhist people also, there are small groups of few people, they sort of criticize doing life reliefs, because some of the gishis also say we shouldn't spend too much money on releasing animals, but rather use that money and save humans or something like that. We can give the money to the poor who don't have money to go to hospitals to get treatment. Also, we can give this money to the poor so that the young generation can get a good education. They say something like that. And there's a sort of argument going on now in the society. And some other people say, oh, as a Dharma Mahayana practitioner, we should help all sentient beings equally. Try to help. Of course, humans are important, but also sentient beings, because they are the same, being mothers to us. So, but of course, Buddha, we can learn from the story of Buddha, his own life. Sometimes he gave up his life, but he gave up his life and he gave his body, he gave his flesh to hungry tigers or other animals. So sometimes it's very important for Mahayana practitioners to save others' lives. We know some religion, very big religions in this world, they believe that all of these creatures or these lives or the animals created by the God for human beings to eat or to enjoy or to use. But this is not our view. Buddhist view is not that. Buddhist view on sentient beings, they are not created by God, but they are created by karma. And also they are not, the purpose for them to be there is not for us to use or for us to eat, but for us to repair their kindness, for us to develop our bodhicitta through there. So we have very different view. And I think if we use our knowledge honestly to reason in that view, and then I think we probably get a very good result from that. But when we say that is created by the God, and then for us to eat, I don't think we will get a very satisfied sort of reason from saying that or from thinking that way. So therefore, it's always very important, according to the nature of cause and effect, to save other lives and to protect others from danger, from being died. So this is the view that Buddha taught. So the reason for me to mention that there are some different ideas or different view on this activity everywhere, and including Tibet, is to let you know that we have good reasons to release lives. So you should always value the activity, always value to save other lives, to protect other sentient beings from danger or from fear. Because we are practicing bodhicitta motivation, and also we are practicing generosity, and therefore we need, or it is necessary, to do this kind of activities. But at the same time, we should try to do this a very sort of proper way, correct way. Try to do this as good as possible, as safe as possible, to save the life and to save the environment, to save one's own money and these things. The same means doesn't mean that we don't spend, but same means that we used on the purpose, and we use this money and to really save that life. I said there's no guarantee to save a life forever, because we cannot save our life, one's own life, forever. So there's no guarantee. That we should understand. Maybe the fish that we released, maybe it dies in the afternoon. That's not my problem. Maybe it dies tomorrow. That's not my problem. But at the moment, I buy this, and then I give the money, and I bring the fish, and with sort of gently, because when shipping, the animals get a lot of hurting or injured, and also when we put them in a plastic bags, and we thought putting any sort of oxygen in the bag, and then you close up the bag, I think that would be very suffering for them, very uncomfortable. So how to ship, how to carry from the market to the place that they are going to be released, is also, I think, very important paradox that people must think, and people try to be careful and try to be compassionate from the beginning up to the end. Sometimes people do not care too much, especially when people a lot of people working together, very excited, or sometimes people get tired and this and that, then the animal gets really hurt or injured. That is not also bad. So we must understand every part of the action has to be good. More and more people doing life release everywhere, every day. At the same time, more and more people protecting environment every day, everywhere. So that also makes more difficult to release animals, release lives. because other people do not agree that you throw the fish or the animal to wherever you want, because there's of course a condition for the animal and for the environment and for the people to do that. So it's difficult and more difficult. Then, but still I think people will not stop doing this. They try their best to release lives still in the future. So what we need to do is, I think, we need to pick up, when we buy the animal, we should pick up some are not really dying or very badly injured or poisoned or very sick, very unhealthy. I think because for the protection of environment, we have not many options like we used to have. So we should pick up something, those kind of healthy and strong and energetic. That is also important. And then we ship very nicely and very carefully. And then also the location that we are going to release these animals also has to have some condition, has to be some good, because we cannot pick up any location, because some locations, for example lakes or water or river, there are many fishermen around. They can catch up the fish immediately. And some, there are a lot of fishing boats. So the fish or the lives will be cut again. So that is called dangerous place for them. So we shouldn't pick such place. And also, like river, this, of course, there's not good condition for us to do that. Otherwise, this is not very clean, of course, we see. But there, even some rivers or some water is even worse than this. A lot of poison, a lot of pollution. I think the fish cannot stay there for a long time. Because of that, water will die. Due to not being sort of careful enough of our action, right? Our activity. So therefore, that is not also good. It's kind of dangerous. So therefore, we should try to find a place that is a little quieter and safer and a little cleaner. And this, at least, we try to find this kind of location when we release animals. Nowadays, it's very difficult to find a perfect location or place to release animals. So, because of that, we don't have many options. But still, once more, we should aware the importance of the place, the location. So therefore, we should try to get a better place, a safer place, a place that is a little clean and a little safe. And this can not seem very safe. That will not be found, but a little safer, a little cleaner, a little quiet. But for you, I think, to do those things, I think unless you go far away, it's difficult. So I guess this river is okay, something like that. And then nowadays, some people, they try very hard, and also their kind of sort of profession. doing this. So they buy fish, very healthy fish, and they try to find the information of the fish, where it comes from, or what kind of water environment that fish can survive, everything. They try to find the information correctly, and they release the according to their need. They release. So that kind is very, very great, but it's for most people, it's too difficult. So now what thing that is the most important to release fish, of course, to release animal, is the motivation, wanting to protect others' lives. So with motivation of bodhicitta, then I think everything is okay, should be okay. So therefore, everyone, whenever does any dharma action, good action, and especially doing like this, we need to check with our motivation, and whether it is pure or not, whether it is suitable for the action or not, and to check the mind first, and then to do that. Nowadays, some people, of course, they don't really understand what they're doing, and also they just go follow people and sort of play around. And this is kind of spending or wasting the energy or the time. So we shouldn't let that happen with our time.